Welcome, ghouls, ghosts, and mere mortals to a very special edition of the Hidden Creek Manor. That's right, it's Halloween, the night that we've been waiting for. We've been building up to this moment all spooky season. And here it is, the big show. Now, we leave our haunt up for the entire month of October, but Halloween night is the biggest night for us. That's when we draw the largest crowds. People from our neighborhood come up, people from the surrounding community show up. We love seeing the look on everyone's faces whenever they're checking out the haunt, the smiles, the laughter, the screams. It's all a great time. It's what we do it for. So let's take a look at what our haunts looked like on Halloween night.
All right, so let's take a look at Hidden Creek Cemetery on Halloween night. Really not a whole lot changed in Hidden Creek Cemetery from when I posted the Decoration Day video until now. We did add a couple extra tombstones beyond what we had previously. The two tombstones that we did add are both Haunted Mansion themed, actually kind of replicas from tombstones that you would have seen at the Haunted Mansion. But beyond that, we didn't really make a lot of changes, so I will stop talking and let you guys take a look at the final iteration of the Hidden Creek Cemetery. The biggest hit of the Hidden Creek Cemetery actually was the crisp pea bacon tombstone. People would sometimes read it once or twice before they got it. I had people taking pictures in front of it and laughing about it, so yeah, made me happy that there are others out there that enjoy the dad humor. Alright, so let's take a look at Zombie Outbreak on Halloween night. Because we haven't really done a whole lot to Zombie Outbreak, I decided to include the 12-foot skeleton in this segment of our video. I didn't include him in the Decoration Day video, but as you just saw, there's a bunch of skulls on the ground at his feet, just to kind of make him a little bit more menacing and ominous, as he stands over 12 feet tall, kind of looking over the yard. And then for the rest of the Zombie Outbreak, like I've said previously, this is probably my least favorite section of the haunt. Eventually, we will be adding a lot more to it, but for now, just a few decorations that are zombie related and zombie themed, lit up with some red lights, and that's about it. And now, let's take a trip to Halloweent Town. So we did add a couple of our extra skeletons. We ordered some extra skeletons this year to replace some of the old ones that are falling apart, and we didn't really have anywhere to put them, so they ended up sitting around our fire pit, which is right next to Halloweent Town. And then for the rest of Halloweent Town, if you watched our previous video on Decoration Day, then nothing has changed. But if this is your first time seeing Halloweent Town, this is our Nightmare Before Christmas themed section of the haunt, where we have Jack and Sally and Oogie Boogie and Zero. We also have Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and a giant Jack Skellington animatronic. And then really just anything else that's Halloween related that doesn't fit into any of our other sections of our haunt, just kind of make their way into Halloweent Town. Now let's take a look at Krakens Cove. Originally, the plan for Krakens Cove on Halloween night was to have low-lying fog with a laser level that I had purchased and even made a video on earlier where I went over how to make it look like a water effect using that laser level. Well, I had a little mishap with that laser level. At one point I was doing some work and I set it down on the bumper of our Jeep. I didn't tell the lady of the manor, I forgot about it, and she drove off with the laser level on the bumper. So, needless to say, I don't have a laser level to create that swamp effect. So I had to once again rely on the lights that I had talked about in that video, where it just kind of makes it look like a water effect. Next year, fully plan on using those laser lights. They worked out perfectly. And because we didn't really have those, I still used my fog chiller, but it was a very cold night. So the fog wasn't laying super low, but it kind of worked out. It just kind of gave it an eerie feeling all throughout Krakens Cove. And I also failed to get our drinking skeleton operational again this year. He needs some work. I'll probably just make a video on it, actually. I didn't make a video whenever I built him, so I'll just kind of do a video on how he was made and show you guys how I'm going to fix him, so that way we can, next year, hopefully, have some type of liquid flowing, and it looks like he's drinking continuously. So Scarecrows Harvest is a little bit different this year. We moved this entire section of the haunt to a whole new area of the yard. We didn't do anything to update it other than moving it. In fact, we actually scaled it back quite a bit from what we had done previously. We didn't use the hay bales this year. I didn't get to adding any corn stalks. We just kind of laid out the pumpkins in front of the scarecrow. Next year, I do plan to put in some more work, but for this year, he was just kind of thrown together last minute. All right, so on to the Forbidden Forest. So for those of you that watched our Halloween Decoration Day video, this is new to you. The Forbidden Forest was not properly set up on Decoration Day. I ran out of time. So this is something that we just kind of put together throughout the haunt season. We still didn't finish it. There are supposed to be ghosts. There's supposed to be spiders and witches and ghosts all throughout this section, but just didn't have time to do it. Your life got in the way. So we got as many of the spiders and spider webs up as we could. We did have a small witch section as well, but for the most part, the Forbidden Forest just became the spider forest. And even then, we didn't even complete the spiders. So I was still happy with it. I mean, it still turned out just fine. You can see there's spider webs and there's spiders everywhere. We've got a giant spider. We've got a small witch section and even our kind of haunted trees that we've added. But not nearly as much went into this section as I would have liked to have added. But hopefully next year, you guys can see a much more exciting version of our Forbidden Forest. The one other section of our house that we decorated with just kind of a hodgepodge of decorations is our side door, where it's kind of wedged in between the Halloweent Town section of our haunt and then our front yard. And we do have some decorations that don't really fit into any of those sections. So we just kind of put them all together in this little section right by our door where it has the lights that look like eyeballs, and we have the flame light bulbs that we put in place in our outdoor lights with some skulls and that kind of morbid looking butler with the little walk-through inflatable haunted house. Now, the one piece of our haunt that really it's really getting to me that we never got to finish was our singing busts. I'm still kicking myself over this one. I created the projection show for the singing busts. Initially, they were going to be much closer to the house, and a long story short, the projection didn't look very good at all. I figured out what was wrong. I tried to remedy it, and I just ran out of time. So the busts are in the yard, part of the decorations, but there is nothing being projected on them. But that's okay, because next year we're going to set them up and we're going to get it going. Overall, I would say that Halloween 2023 was a big success at Hidden Creek Manor. Halloween night is our night to shine. That's the big show, and that's when everyone comes out to see the decorations and the projection show. Now, of course, we get people throughout the entire spooky season that will stop by and take a look. But Halloween night, that's when we have our biggest crowds.
Thank you to everyone that came out to celebrate Halloween with us here at the Hidden Creek Manor. The whole reason we do this is you guys. I mean, to see the look on the kids' faces, to hear the laughter, it's what drives us. It's what makes us keep going. And we love being able to create memories that last a lifetime. So thank you again for coming out. And a special thank you to those that helped us out, to those that volunteered, that came out and helped us make this a magical night. We appreciate everything that you guys do, and we would not be able to do it without you. So that's going to do it for this episode. I did want to mention that now that the spooky season is over, we are going to scale back on our release schedule with our videos. So you're not going to see videos every week, probably every other week during the month of November at least. Now, December, we're going to ramp things back up again because we got Christmas coming and we love Christmas too. So just wanted to let you guys know that November, don't expect as many videos, but then come December, we're going to be right back at it. So happy haunting, and we'll see you in the next one.
Congratulations. You made it to the end of the video. As a reward for sticking around, you may now watch one of these two videos. The choice is yours, but choose wisely.